I was originally gonna only make one video about iDubbbz and leave it there, but he just had to release a response to the Froggy Fresh controversy. So now I'm back. Let's get into it. For those who aren't in the loop about this entire thing, I made a video on iDubbbz about 2 weeks ago talking about his fallen reputation and my opinions on him, which you can watch if you want, the link is in the description. But one of my main talking points in the video was about Creator Clash 2 and a fighter by the name of Froggy Fresh getting banned. Well, iDubbbz surprisingly made a full video about the entire thing after my video came out, which wasn't received well to say the least, with most of his fanbase giving him backlash due to it. And I have a lot of issues with the video myself, so I'm gonna go over some points in the video that I thought were the most egregious, and I'll prove by the end of this that the conclusion I came to in my previous video is more true than ever. So with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Before we discuss iDubbbz's video, I want to talk about one of the main topics of discussion around Creator Clash 2, and the whole controversy surrounding it for a second. Why was Froggy Fresh banned? I speculated in my last video that it could have been for one or two reasons, or maybe even both. That Anissa and Ian got mad at OnlyFans jokes, or they were mad that Froggy Fresh was training with Sam Hyde. And, well, Ian just straight up confirmed in his video during the beginning that training with Sam Hyde was the reason that Froggy got kicked out of the event, which is something I wasn't expecting him to admit, if I'm being honest. Which I guess I can give him props for, but I still have an issue with this. His reasoning for this was not wanting to associate with Sam Hyde, which is understandable. We can't force him to like Sam or not, so I have no issue with that. Sam also did say a lot of stuff about him and Anissa in the past, so I could very well understand why they didn't want him involved in their event. But the thing is that Sam wasn't directly involved in the event. He was working with Froggy, sure, but Sam was being Froggy's trainer, and that was the extent of it, so I don't really see the issue here. Why is Ian doing this guilty by association shit? It's not like Froggy himself was the one who was saying these things at the time. That was Sam, so it makes no sense to have this reaction. Plus, ironically, him doing this made Sam more attached to the event and more talked about. If Froggy was never kicked, maybe Sam may have been talked about a little bit in relation to the event, sure, but it wouldn't have been nearly as much as now. Sam is one of the main talking points of the event now due to Froggy being removed. So good job there, iDubbbz. You really did a good job defending your event and totally didn't fuck things up for yourself. One of Ian's other points in this video was that Froggy throughout the entire process of Creator Clash wasn't civil and behaved badly. And to prove his point, he showed some interview clips of Froggy talking about Creator Clash, which were just him shitting on Ian and Anissa.
For anyone who's under the impression that Froggy has been like reasonable and chill and respectful through this whole process, he hasn't been. He's been a piece of shit. I'm not happy with how he's behaved. He's talked mad shit about me, Anissa, participants of the event itself.
But there's one very important detail that Ian left out that changes up the story a bit. Most of the stuff he showed in the video came out after Froggy was kicked out of the event already, so this just feels very manipulative. If Froggy was shit-talking you and Anissa and causing trouble for the event, I feel like you should have been able to show more examples that were before Creator Clash than what you showed in the video. But someone might make the point that he should have been civil after he got kicked from the event. And to that I say, if you were unjustly kicked from a boxing event that you were actively training for, would you just stay calm about it? I probably wouldn't if I was in his situation. Maybe some people would, but Froggy lashing out in the way he did is completely understandable given the circumstances. But moving on from that, another point Ian made was about him negotiating with Froggy regarding his association about Sam Hyde. He explained that he didn't want Froggy to train with Sam Hyde and didn't want him to make content with Sam either, but he eventually negotiated with Froggy and said that he should just delay his content with Sam.
I got to the point where I was like, okay, I don't want you working or training with Sam Hyde, but you're doing that, so all right, I'll look past it. I don't want you making content with Sam Hyde, but it seems like that's a real deal breaker for you, so I guess I'll look past it. It came to the point where I was like, can you postpone releasing content with Sam Hyde?
And I just find this to be a bit strange. For someone who is very mad about people saying his girlfriend controls him and makes the decisions for him, it's funny that he doesn't see any irony in him trying to do the same exact thing to Froggy. Why he feels the need to be this controlling of his decisions just because Froggy is doing shit with Sam is beyond me. But anyways, Froggy eventually agreed to delay releasing content with Sam, and to my knowledge actually complied with it. which Ian would disagree with me on. Ian claimed that since Froggy made tweets about Sam in the event, that this counted as releasing content. Yes, I'm not joking. This is an actual argument that iDubbbz made.
I don't know why he's saying that he was planning on waiting to post Sam Hyde content. We have the Twitter timeline of him non-stop posting Sam Hyde content. It's fucking weird. I don't know if he thought it was like a loophole to post on Twitter about Sam Hyde. So I think in his head he was like, I was gonna wait to post Sam Hyde content. Parentheses, YouTube video.
Let me put it this way. When most people hear content, they wouldn't normally think Twitter replies and posts. If that counts as content, well, I have over 7,000 posts of content up on my account then. Go follow me, by the way, at DeadMemeFrog. Most people would think that content is YouTube videos. So claiming that he just posted on Twitter as a loophole is weird to say the least. And it just makes it seem like Ian was looking for any reason to kick Froggy out of the event because of Sam. But the last point I want to address from the iDubbbz video is how he painted Froggy Fresh as a person. Because of comments that Froggy made about OnlyFans, Ian's masculinity, Anissa, etc., Ian paints him as someone who doesn't respect women essentially.
No, Froggy, keep going. I think you should keep going. I think the women of the world need to hear your opinions on these things. Talk more about how sex workers are property. That's a funny joke. It was super funny the third time that you referred to women as property.
Which is kind of weird, to be honest. Didn't he make some bad comments towards you and your wife after the fact? Yeah, probably. But that doesn't mean he hates women or something. Hell, Ian himself has said a lot worse about people in his older content. And you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone saying he was some massive bully or racist for what he used to do, even at the time he was making the content. So I don't exactly see why you wouldn't give Froggy the same courtesy. But overall, Ian's video was not great to say the least, and perfectly shows how far he's gone from what his previous content represented. The iDubbbz we see now is way different from the iDubbbz we saw back in 2016, and the change is not for the better to say the least. Ian went from an anything goes attitude when it came to comedy to someone who would kick someone off a boxing card just because he didn't like who they were associating with. Real classy, iDubbbz. You really changed for the better, bro. Fucking hell. But anyways, that's it for the section, and I'll end it off by saying this. Free Froggy Fresh. My conclusion in my previous iDubbbz video was that I didn't think he was a bad person, but that he had become really annoying, and that his content has become boring. And everything I said still stands. In fact, I think this video Ian made reinforces everything I said in that previous video. It was really sad watching Ian try to justify for 30 minutes why kicking Froggy Fresh was in fact a good decision, and watching his audience tear him apart for it. Again, he's not as bad as people like H3, but if anything, at least Ethan could be entertaining, unintentionally, while doing shitty things. iDubbbz isn't entertaining anymore, even ironically, and that's what pains me the most. He was one of my favorite YouTubers a few years ago, and even after he stopped being edgy for the most part, I still liked a good portion of his videos. But he's become both boring and someone I can't really respect anymore. Joji had it right when he left. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. I think I'm done with the iDubbbz topic for now, but if anything else happens, I might end up covering it, so be on the lookout for that if anything happens. If you want to support me and my content, you can become a channel member, or just follow me on any social media and view my videos, whichever works for you. And I have a podcast with my friend Spinling. There's already an episode out at the time of me recording this, so go check that out if you want. And with that, I'll be taking my leave. Oh yeah, one last thing. #FLM.